This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
2 men received the Mayor of Hazleton's Life-Saving Award, plus 6 new police officers and a firefighter joined the city's team. We'll take you to the special ceremony next. Good evening and thank you for joining us at SSPTV News. I'm Ken Kara. This newscast is great as a whole, but if you want to watch individual segments, make sure you download the new Samsung Productions app. And remember, we are available in HD on Service Electric Cablevision Channel 513. To our headlines now from SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. A Hazleton firefighter and police officer were each presented with the Mayor's Life-Saving Award. Hazleton firefighter Nathaniel Ottmiller helped tend to a woman who suffered a severe heart attack on a plane. Hazleton Police Detective Corporal Brian Schoonemacher, while off duty, helped save a man who had slumped over near the center of the Wyoming Valley Mall in Wilkes-Barre. Following the presentations, the Reverend Joseph Ivanko, pastor of St. Jude's Parish in Mountaintop, was sworn in as the city's chaplain. Also at the ceremony, 6 new police officers and 1 firefighter joined the ranks of the city of Hazleton.
Some say Hazleton's finest, some say Hazleton bravest. I say we have them both. We all work together to make Hazleton a safer place.
2 are police officers with us every day, keeping us safe, protecting and serving and sacrificing their lives so that we can go about ours. Like the sunrise and the sunset, we often never notice them until we need them, but they are always with us.
The city is one entire family. We are one team. There was never an I in the team, and each and every day when we're out there protecting and serving the citizens, that we took an oath, and you will all take that oath today, to serve and protect. You got to remember one thing: we are here for each other, we are here for life safety, but most importantly, you are also here to make sure you go home at the end of each shift.
And you're going on vacation, I guess I'm with family and that, so just take me to the situation a little bit, run me through what happened.
Basically, we were on a plane ride down to Florida to go to Orlando with my family and friends. We were alerted by the staff that the patient was having a medical condition. 2 of my other friends and I jumped into action. We treated the patient accordingly and took care of it until we landed.
I guess you're ready for this all the time. I mean, is that kind of how it is when you're a firefighter? I don't want to say you're always looking, but are you kind of a little bit, probably more aware than I am of your surroundings?
You have to be ready at all times, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to respond to no matter what the emergency is at all times.
The new firefighter is Donald J. Floyd, a third-generation Hazleton firefighter. The new members of the police department are officers Nicholas Davey, Christopher Canardi, James Shaw, Kenneth Crawford, Zachary Molinaro, and Michael George. Sugarloaf Township Police are looking for a man who robbed a convenience store. It happened around 1:30 yesterday afternoon at the Turkey Hill Minute Market, Route 93 and Airport Road. It was the store's 3rd robbery in 2 months. The suspect is described as a thin white male wearing a gray hoodie with a black shirt underneath. 8 people were in the store at the time. The suspect stayed in line before approaching the cashier. He did not display a weapon. State police at Hazleton are investigating a crash that claimed the life of a Hazleton woman. It happened Friday afternoon on Hazel Township Boulevard. According to troopers, a 2014 Ford Mustang operated by 30-year-old Christopher Charles Ecker of Hazleton was traveling east when he hit the rear of a 2000 Honda Civic driven by 40-year-old Richard Mio Polishok of Hazleton. The impact caused Polishok's car to lose control, striking a utility pole with the passenger side of the vehicle. Polishok and his passenger, 94-year-old Rosemarie Lombardo of Hazleton, were taken to the hospital. Polishok was flown to Lehigh Valley Cedar Crest. Lombardo died at the hospital. State police say Ecker was operating the Mustang without the owner's permission. The race for the Cherubs will take place on June 17th in our area. Lisa Sugart talks with the president of Ariana's CDH Foundation about the organization's effort to raise awareness and money to help infants born with CDH survive.
I'm pleased to welcome to our studios today Angela Terse. Angela is the president of Ariana's CDH Foundation, and she's here to tell us what that is and the wonderful foundation and the people that it helps. Angela, thanks so much for joining us. I know this foundation is in memory of your late niece who passed away from CDH. So I guess first of all, tell us what CDH is and then tell us about Ariana as well.
Sure, thanks for having me. Ariana's CDH Foundation is a 100% not-for-profit organization. The foundation was founded by very close friends, family, and myself. CDH is congenital diaphragmatic hernia, and there's a lot to CDH and there's a lot to that diagnosis, but in brief, it is a hole in the baby's diaphragm. So when the baby is forming in utero, the diaphragm does not form all the way, which allows some of the abdominal organs to seep into the chest cavity. And by doing that, the lung development is not what it should be in babies. So most babies are born with softball-sized lungs, and these babies are born with 1 or 2 penny-sized lungs.
Wow. So now your little niece was born with it and passed away from it. So you wanted to start, the group wanted to start this foundation. So you help other children whose families are dealing with this.
We do. Recently, we helped Emily, and Emily is a 3-year-old little girl with a diagnosis of CDH. She was born at 3 pounds, 3 ounces. She spent 118 days in the NICU, and after 13 surgeries, she was able to go home. But her and her family frequent Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. So there's a lot of costs that go with that, and they have other children, and they have to stay overnight. So our grants help families like that get through hard financial times.
So your family knows all too well what they have to go through because your niece and her family went through all of this as well.
Yes, my niece, she was in the NICU for her entire life. My sister was not able to bring her home, unfortunately. But to keep her name alive and to do the foundation, it feels good.
Did you realize there were so many children impacted by this? You probably never even heard of it before.
We didn't. When my sister received the diagnosis for Ariana, we were unfamiliar with it. And by doing research, we found out, though, it is more prevalent than cystic fibrosis, and a lot of people know that term. Between research and money, there's just not enough awareness brought to CDH.
Wow, this is amazing that this organization is helping out these families who are going through a really difficult time. We're going to be really brief right now. You have several events coming up for one big weekend, and you're going to be back to tell us more, but just give them a hint. What are the 3 events that are taking place and the dates they're happening?
June 17th, we have a race, and June 18th, we have a Tricky Tray Lover event, and June 19th, we will be at a Rail Riders game raising awareness.
All right, so these events are upcoming very shortly. You can go to race4cdh.com for more information on Ariana's CDH Foundation. And Angela is going to be back with all the details. She needs tricky trays, she needs runners, she needs help. So with your help, they can raise more money to help more children who are impacted by CDH.
Thank you, Lisa. Now, you know, the Pocono Mountains are so quiet and peaceful for most of the year, but we welcome a lot of noise on racing weekends at the Pocono Raceway. If you would like to be a part of the noise and excitement, we have 2 tickets to give away to this weekend's Pocono 400 presented by Axalta. Call now 570-459-9813 extension 104. Leave us your name and phone number and we will select a random winner. Check out the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series at Pocono Raceway this Sunday. Still ahead, we'll tell you where a Cougar wrestler will continue his wrestling career, and we'll have the latest on a free musical extravaganza, Shawnee Riverfest. This is SSPTV News, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information.
This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Today I'm pleased to welcome back to our studios our good friends from Shawnee Riverfest 6, taking place July 8th and 9th, and it's happening at the historic Shawnee Inn and Golf Course. And of course, it's going to be a fabulous event. Here with us today is Gil Coronado. Gil is not only the event founder, he's the organizer, he's with Sela Management, and Michael Tukiva is the executive director of the Pocono Alliance, the organization that will benefit from Riverfest this year. Gil, thanks so much for being back with us again. For people who may not be totally familiar with what Riverfest is, this is unbelievable talent on display, and so people need to know what it's all about.
Yes, Riverfest is a free concert for the community to come in and just enjoy a day of leisure activity and family and community. That's really what Shawnee Riverfest is about. This year, when I put out the event out there for talent, we had over 225 submissions for Shawnee Riverfest. So I was able to cherry pick the best of the talent. So what's coming is 12 international, national, and local acts. We have an act called, her name is Lisa Heller, with her song Hope. She put a video out, 1.6 million views in just a few months. So just incredible talent. Krigari, she's been on tour with American Idol, Kelly Clarkson. And so we have Sophia Serafino, an international violinist who's worked with Josh Groban and the Veronicas. So just beautiful talent, and we're so excited for this event to take place.
So that's happening on July 9th, but on July 8th, there's a pre-party. So tell us what that's about.
Yes, all the talent gathers into the Delaware Water Gap on July 8th. We rehearse, and the talent is ready to let off a little steam. So we have created the pre-party. And the pre-party is going to be more of an intimate space to meet the talent, take pictures, and they're going to be doing improv performances together, collaborations, and there will be dancing, and a special 50-50 for all who attend and support the event. So it is another level of fundraising for Shawnee Riverfest 6.
So ShawneeRiverfest.com is where you can go for all the information. Do we need tickets for these events?
Actually, this is a free event for the community. We do have the 50-50 tickets that will be available at the pre-party at Sycamore Grill in the Delaware Water Gap, but everything else is, in terms of the show on Sunday, is free. We fundraise through food vendors and auction items and straight donations during the day of the event, and that is, we just want the community to come together and support this tremendous community that we have.
So now you're raising money, and you're going to be giving the money to the man sitting to my left here. So the Pocono Alliance will be benefiting. What was your reaction when you learned you would be benefiting from this great event?
It's amazing. Just to have an event like this for the community that brings everyone together. It's a rally point for everyone to just enjoy the day, to enjoy the festivities, the area that we live in, and to encourage people to get to know one another and care about one another's needs.
Now, the money that is going to go to Pocono Alliance, we hope it's a lot.
Yes.
Tell us about the good works, because you do a lot of good works.
So we do everything from running the helpline for the county to an anti-poverty program, and then we do things to make sure that children are ready for kindergarten. So that is just a great way to support local families and to encourage people to think about the changes that need to occur to better the lives of everyone.
You're being a little humble, too. Gil told me about a great playground that you created, so tell me about that.
Over the years, we've done a couple of large projects in the community, creating shelters for those that don't have housing, clinics for people that don't have insurance. But 3 years ago, we decided that we would put some energy and effort into building a playground for children with disabilities. So we raised about $450,000 within the community. People just came together as a rally point again, and we were able to create the best playground for these children.
Wow, congratulations, you do awesome work.
Thank you.
I know why you picked this guy to give the money to, because it's really going to a wonderful cause. You hope a lot of people come out, and you're going to raise a lot of money at this event. So how are you going to do that?
Well, again, through the various activities that we have, we're going to have 2 bouncy houses. We're going to have an outdoor photo booth. People can take their pictures with the talent with a small donation. We're going to have T-shirts and tote bags, incredible food vendors, just a day of leisurely activity and family and fun.
All right, it's a wonderful event. We're pleased to be a media sponsor with Shawnee Riverfest 6, happening July 8th and 9th. Go to ShawneeRiverfest.com for all the details.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Earlier today, these flowers were just waiting for a drink in downtown Hazleton. The skies just kept getting darker and darker. Here's our forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms likely before midnight. Some of the storms could produce small hail and gusty winds and heavy rain. Our low will be 56 degrees. Now on Tuesday, more showers expected and a possible thunderstorm, cloudy with a high near 64 degrees, 70% chance of precipitation. At night, showers likely, 60% chance. We might see a thunderstorm, low of 47. Wednesday, a chance of showers, 30% chance. We have a high of 60 degrees. At night, same chance of rain, mostly cloudy, low of 49. On Thursday, a chance of showers, mostly cloudy, high of 66. Thursday night, mostly cloudy, low of 50. For our Friday, 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly sunny, we'll have a high of 69. And then Friday night, partly cloudy, low of 55 degrees.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High Food Drive-In, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. We're open weekdays, 3:30 to 8 p.m. Stop by for our ice cream and yogurt, now featuring fat-free, no sugar-added soft frozen yogurt, with flavors like vanilla, strawberry, and strawberries and cream. We also have burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more. That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazleton, and like us on Facebook.
And now it's time for your midday winning lottery numbers here on SSPTV News. Your pick 2 numbers, 7-9, and your pick 3 numbers coming up on SSPTV News, 630. Here's your pick 4 numbers now, 8197, and finally pick 5, 53034. When we come back, a packed sportscast including trivia treats with Ron Marchetti.
Time now for sports on SSPTV News.
It's the time of year for that classic Vitamin C song. Perhaps I'm showing my age and you don't remember the graduation song that was released in 1999. So how about this? It's that time of year for All the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. That's pretty timeless. The place Hazleton Area Wrestling's all-time wins leader is going is Lehigh University. Two-time state medalist Jimmy Hoffman will study business at Lehigh. We asked him what he'll miss the most about being a Cougar and what he's looking forward to about being a Mountain Hawk.
We had a strong bond as a team, so I mean it's going to be different not being able to wrestle with the same kids I've wrestled with since kindergarten, but I'm looking forward to a new change. They're going to help me get a lot better. I'm going to be in a wrestling room with a lot of talent, state champions, national champions, so they're definitely going to help me get a lot better.
Including all the individual accolades Hoffman racked up at Hazleton Area this past season, the Cougars also won a Wyoming Valley Conference and Division II team championship. Moving on to Marian Catholic, they had some college signings of their own. Brandon Muhammad, who helped the Colts win a District 11 Single-A championship in basketball, will keep his athletic career going at Penn State Hazleton, and he won't be the only Colt on the local Lions roster. He'll be joined by Ryan Karchner. Good luck to both of the former Colts as they head to High Acres to play for head coach Jeff Rush. Cameron Wheeler is going to keep running at Moravian College. She won a Schuylkill League championship in the 200-meter dash for Marion this season. She finished second in that event at the District 11 AA meet and fourth in the 100-meter dash. She competed at states in the 200. Well, the Marion baseball team won the District 11 AA championship in dramatic fashion last week. Today they'll be in action taking on South Williamsport in the state playoffs. That game was set for earlier today. Also playing today, where they're supposed to play today, Tamaqua taking on Holy Redeemer in the AAA state playoffs. Hazleton Area softball team plays at Wilkes University against Coatesville. That game set for 2 p.m. earlier today. For updates on all these games, you can go to standardspeaker.com. Right now, it's Marchetti time. Let's make some noise for the host of Trivia Treats.
"40 years ago today, in 1968, 49 years ago, what pitcher broke the Major League record for consecutive scoreless innings?" Hi, everybody, and welcome to Trivia Treats. The answer is Don Drysdale, with the LA Dodgers, had 8 straight shutouts and 54 consecutive scoreless innings. Too shy of Walter Johnson's mark set, he had 58, set with the Washington Senators in 1913. Drysdale held the Phillies without a run through 4 innings to extend the streak to 58 innings. But with 2 out in the 5th, the Phils scored. But the Dodgers won 5-3. Drysdale's record stood until 19 88 when fellow Dodger Orel Hershiser threw 59 consecutive scoreless innings. Those were the days when complete games were normal. And speaking of scoreless innings, how about hitless innings? Or better yet, how about a perfect game? This is Jim Bunning of the Phillies striking out New York Mets pinch hitter John Stevenson to end his perfect game 53 years ago at Shea Stadium. Bunning, who was traded by the Tigers to the Phils just 2 months before the 1964 season, chucked the first National League perfecto in 84 years and was the first pitcher in 42 years to throw a regular season perfect game. He was 32 then. Bunning also became the first pitcher in the modern era to throw no-hitters in both leagues. Jim Bunning died last week at age 85. Staying with perfect game, almost on this day, in 2010, an umpire's bad call cost 28-year-old Tigers pitcher Armando Galarraga a perfect game and his team downed the Indians 3-0 in Detroit. Galarraga retired 26 batters in a row when Cleveland shortstop Jason Donald grounded to first baseman Miguel Cabrera, who threw to Galarraga, covering the bag. The pitcher clearly stepped on first base before umpire Jim Joyce called the runner safe. Mother of God! He was out by a mile, not even close. It turned out to be Galarraga's only claim to fame. His career ended in 2012 at 26-34. And finally, knuckleballer pitcher Joe Niekro had a 24-year career in the majors. In those 24 years, he had one home run, which he hit off his brother Phil Niekro in 1976, 41 years ago today. Till Friday, be a good sport and stay loose.
Good evening, everyone. Here's today's Talk of the Town. The Christian Women's Society of the Holy Rosary Church will be holding a rummage sale on Tuesday, June 6th from 9:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. The sale will also go on Wednesday, June 7th from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. If anyone has any questions, contact Joan Berger at 570-578-0123. The Holy Rosary Parish will be holding a free community luncheon on Saturday, June 10th from 11 a.m. to 12 noon in the community room of the church located on the lower level. If anyone has any questions, you can contact Carol Szymanski at 570-455-6390. The second annual Keegan Fest will be held on Saturday, June 17th from 1 p.m. to 11 p.m. There will be a $5 cover for ages 13 and up. Ages 12 and under are free. There will be bands, kids activity, tricky trays, food, beverages, and much more. The Lehigh Valley Health Network will be teaching a free hands-on only CPR class for members of the community ages 13 and up. Class will be held at the Health and Wellness Center at Hazleton on June 7th at 6:30 p.m. Call 570-501-6600 to register for the class or get more information. SSPTV News would like to send our sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Sister Leonora Conrich, OSMB. Mass will be Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. at the Monastery Chapel. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name now on SSPTV News, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Tonight's winner is Eugene Sacco from Shepton. Call now at 570-455-7267, extension 104 for your free movie.
Big racing weekend in our area with the Pocono 400 and the Weatherly Hill Climb. We have coverage of all of it coming up this week. We'll get you ready starting tomorrow with Keeping Track with local motorsport journalist Dino Alberto. I'll see you then. Take it easy, everyone.
Watch us online anytime at ssptv.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.